Hi guys, this is Dr. Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. So today I want to speak about the power of the tongue, and how that one little thing in your mouth is so powerful that it can cause people. You can basically wreck people's lives with the words that you use your tongue to make, or you can actually build them up and make them accomplish more than they even thought that they could because of your words that you use to them, right? So I want to speak about the power of the tongue and how it really goes across. This little tongue that we have here and the words that we speak is going to impact every single relationship we have. Every single relationship, it doesn't matter if it's intimate relationships like with a spouse or partner, or it is a relationship with your boss or your employee, relationship going back and forth, co-workers, your siblings, your family members, your children, your friends. What you say and how you say, guys, is going to have a big impact on how that person, how you relate to that person and how that person relates to you. So as I always say, you can find everything about everything in the Bible, guys. And so I wanted to read a few scriptures from where that kind of shed some light on how it is that we, what this tongue of ours can do, right? And and how powerful it can be in relationships, in our conversations. In Proverbs, the first one I want to go to is Proverbs 18:21. It says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it," that means who love to chat and talk and whatever, "will eat its fruits." Right? So death and life, what does it mean? Well, as I mentioned before, you can build up somebody or you can tear them down with your tongue, the words that you say. And those who love to chat and gab and tear down people is going to eat the fruits, meaning if you do something horrible to somebody, it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you in other ways. Maybe not from the same person, but in other ways. All right? The other one is Proverbs 12:18. "There is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts." Rash words, you know those words that we say and we're jabbing the person with a sword, right? "But the tongue of the wise brings healing." So you see again how the tongue can be like a two-edged sword. It can kill somebody or it can bring healing to somebody. In James 1:26, it says, "If anyone thinks he's religious and does not bridle their tongue, but deceives his heart, this person's religion is worthless." So you can, there's a verse in the Bible also that says, "By their fruit you will know them." So if somebody says that they're religious and they just can't control their tongue, they just say anything and everything, it doesn't matter if it hurts somebody or is a lie or a truth or is gossip or whatever it might be, they're deceiving themselves and their religion is worthless, which I don't believe in religion anyway. For me, it's a relationship with Jesus Christ. The next thing is, but no human being can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil full of deadly poison. So we can never entirely tame the tongue. That's what this is saying, right? We can't ever, we can't, it's like you have to keep a watch on it all the time. You can't just say, okay, I got you fixed and I'm taming you, so you can just sit over there and I'll pick you up when I'm ready and say the good things there or whatever thing. You can't tame your tongue. It's something that you always have to be watching and being able to catch it and be in control. You can control it, but you cannot tame it, is basically what this is saying. That's James 3:8. Ephesians 4:29, and this is now is telling us as Christians how we're to live. It says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear it." So whatever you're saying, it should be something that's going to build someone up and give them grace to whoever is going to hear this, right? In Proverbs 15:4, it says, "A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. So when you say perverse things, you know, you use your tongue to say perverse things, then you're going to break the spirit of somebody else, because that's what a lot of people do. They use their tongue instead of using it to create life in that person. It basically uses perverse language to kill them and to put them down. So in Proverbs again 10:19, and this means, no, it says, when words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. So when you chat too much, you're gonna commit all kind of problems. You're gonna do all kind of stuff that's wrong, because you just chat and just going out of your mouth. You don't even watch what's going out of your mouth. You just chat. And it says, if you talk, when your words are many, transgression is not lacking. James 3:6 says, and the tongue is a fire. A fire, that's what they describe the tongue as. A world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among our members, our body parts, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and set on fire by hell. So basically, the things, our tongue is really like, it is really going to guide every part of how our bodies are going to react. So for example, you might be saying terrible things to yourself, because we say terrible things to ourselves, right? And so what happens, that mean you're now, your body is now reacting, and those things might make you depressed. Those things might make you happy. And so if you're going to be depressed, and your whole body feel listless and tired, and so it's set among our members, and basically it is what guides how we feel and how we operate in the world, the things that comes out of our mouth, basically. In Proverbs 15:1, it also tells us how we should live, right? In relationship 21, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I'm sure that a lot of us have experienced that. And this is specifically important, especially important in relationships where there is some kind of abuse, especially physical abuse. You know that if you say something to this person when they're in this mode of hurting you, then it's just going to make it worse, right? I know of individuals who they have been in relationships, and they say they have learned to just not even respond, or just agree with them really at the time that they're getting crazy. Because if you go and start arguing, so arguing with a person, so harsh words, saying, rebutting this person who's abusive with harsh words, then it's just going to magnify that anger or in that person, and cause more problems for you, more than likely. All right, so you have to be able to know how to control your tongue in different situations, guys. In Psalm 141, verse 3, it says, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. That's what we should be praying all the time, right? Keep watch over the doors of my lips, because it's just possible that you can anything just comes out of your mouth without you thinking, right? So you have to ask the Lord to help you to keep watch over the doors of your lips, right? So in James 3:5, this is also showing you that, so also the tongue is a small member, it's a small body part, member of the body, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. It shows that this little tongue right here can cause a lot of problems. It can cause a lot of relationship issues, a lot of problems in any relationship. Because if you go to your boss and start cussing the boss out, you're going to have problems, right? If you're not able to control yourself, even when the boss is wrong, right? And you know that they're wrong. But if you go and kind of challenge them in that situation, it's going to cause problems. It's the same thing in a relationship. If you're always argumentative, or if you're always somebody just looking to pick a fight, it's a small part, but it boasts of great things. Yeah, it can cause a whole forest. You can set ablaze a whole forest with the fire from your tongue. That's how powerful your tongue is, guys. The next one is Proverbs 13:3. Proverbs have a lot of wisdom. It was written by Solomon, and remember, he asked God for wisdom, and so God gave him the wisdom of these things, right? And in Proverbs 34:13, it says, "Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit." That's a warning, it tells you how to live a Christian life, a life that is, worthy of being a child of God, being called a child of God. In Proverbs 26:20, it says, "For the lack of wood, the fire goes out. Where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases." And this is speaking specifically for people who love to gossip and just carry news and tell things about people behind their back, never in front of their face. They're telling their side of the story, or whatever it might be. And so it says, if you don't put your mouth on that fire, your words in that fire, then quarrels will cease, because there's no fuel for it, right? No fuel. So let's see. Now, this is a warning which is serious, especially for Christians who don't know. It says, "I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you are justified, and by your words you will be condemned." That's a big one, guys, especially for us who call ourselves Christians, believers, who are, want to be doing the right thing. Learn this. By the careless words that just pop out of our mouth for no reason, we're not thinking that is going to hurt somebody, or we just say it to gossip or those kind of things. We will be justified by them, or we will be condemned by those words. We're going to have to give an account for each word we speak, each careless word we speak, right? And a lot of our words that we say are really careless, to tell you the truth, right? Let's see. "Know this, my beloved brothers," this is James 1, verse 19. "Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger." So we should quick to hear, but be slow to speak. So that means that we have to have some kind of a control over our tongue and the things that we say. And also slow to anger, even though this is not for this video, but slow to anger, because when you're all fired up and you get angry, you just do things without even thinking what you're doing. All right, so let's see what else. So this one, Matthew 15:18, is good. It says, "But what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart." And what that means is that there's another verse that says, "Out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks." So what he's saying is that whatever is in your heart, that's what you're going to be talking about. So if you're constantly cussing bad words and talking about people, that's what's in your heart. Or putting down other people, or shaming people, or disrespecting people, or just gossiping all the time about people, telling lies, whatever it might be, that's what's in your heart. Out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. But this one is saying, "But what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart, and this defiles a person." So what comes out of your mouth is what's defiling you, right? It's going to defile you. So let's see what else there is. "It's not what goes into the mouth," Matthew 15:11, "that defiles a person," food, "but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a person." So, it is just showing you how serious it is, that how we use our tongue to create these words of, it's going to be words of that's going to build you up, or it's words that's going to tear you down. And now Colossians 4:6 actually is telling us how it is that we should really speak the words that come out of our mouth, what we use our tongue for. "Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. Because you're going to answer, everybody's going to require a different response, right? But it says, let your speech always be gracious. Okay, that's a lot. This one is good too. Proverbs 17:9. It says, whoever covers an offense seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates close friends. And this is really talking about gossiping. You know, if you have a close friend and there's something that you're having problems with them, and you don't go spreading it around the place and repeat it and tell your side, because usually it's going to be your side of the story. They're not there to defend themselves. So whoever covers an offense, instead of trying to spread it around the place, just keep it quiet, pray about it. Eventually you might want to speak to the person about the offense, when it's a time that both of you are in a calm manner. But it's really warning about, it's really saying that whoever covers an offense seeks love, but whoever repeats a matter separates close friends, because you go telling everybody this, gossiping around and telling everything. All right. In Proverbs 29:20, it says, do you see a man who's hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him. So that's how important it is to really be to manage your tongue, manage your tongue, right? It's very important to manage your tongue, because as we know, with every single relationship, we're going to be speaking words. Are those words going to be words that's going to build somebody up? Or is it something, are they words that we're going to use our tongue to say words that's going to tear somebody down? And my hope is that you will do the latter, to build somebody up. So this is Dr. Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. I want you to really pay attention to really how important it is to use how you use your tongue to make words that will that can have such an impact on those that you're in relationship with. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for me. It really does help me with the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and it'll help me to also spread the word. This is Dr. Christine again, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.